And hello, everyone, and welcome back to Words I Choose to Live By. I'm Cyrus Webb, joined by Darius Ewing, Ellen Ciganovich, and Melissa Banks. Today, we're discussing week number 2 from my book. You guys see it there. This is a great one, Walk in Your Greatness. If you guys do not have any of our books, we definitely want to recommend you guys head over to Amazon to be able to get them for yourselves. If you guys are not joining us on the Amazon platform, I invite you guys to feel free to include your comments in the comment section. We'll be able to bring those in as we can. We're going to go ahead and connect with Amazon to begin today's program. And you all are watching Words I Choose to Live By here on Amazon Live. I'm Cyrus Webb. I'm here with our co-hosts for our segment, Darius Ewing, Ellen Ciganovich, and Melissa Banks. We hope you all are doing well. How's everybody?
Doing wonderful.
Doing great.
Good deal. Good deal. I'm going to go ahead and highlight my book, Words I Choose to Live By. Today, we're discussing week number 2 from the book, and the message is to walk in your greatness. So we definitely encourage everyone who's joining us on Amazon Live, as well as on our other affiliates, to be able to, if you don't have it already, to get your copy of my book, as well as the books of our co-host as well. We're going to remind you of that. But the message today says this: you will be told by some what you can't do and who you are not. I'm here to tell you that there are no limits to who you can be and what you can do. The enemy would want you to believe that you are nothing. You should know that you were crafted with greatness inside of you from the very beginning. If you can appreciate your worth and the value you add to the world, you will never doubt your abilities again. And I think this is an encouraging message for all of us. Of course, you know, for myself, just like with anyone else, I've been told before that I wasn't going to be able to do something that I set out to do, or that something that I was going to do was not going to work out. And it's very easy, I think, for any of us to allow what other people think about us to be able to make us doubt ourselves and our abilities. But for me, this message is all about realizing that it's so much bigger than us and so much bigger than them, that what we've been given is something that is divine, and to be able to walk in that. So Darius, I want to ask you, as we kind of look at this message and think about walking in our own greatness, how has it benefited you to know that you were created to do great things?
And the benefit of it is knowing that your living is not in vain, and that your existence is for a reason. Once you tapped into that, because like you just said just a few seconds ago, it's nothing that we do for self-gratification, but it's a calling. It's something that we do, and it's something that we have been chosen to do, to add to and not take away from what God is doing. We're just a different, you know, as you look at your co-host, we salt and pepper.
Yeah,
Salt and pepper. We just, you know, it takes, when you look back at cooking, salt and pepper is the basis of all seasoning.
right.
It's the basis of all seasoning. So what we pretty much done, we have all tapped into the thing of, okay, we know what we're called to do, and you just put the team together.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
But it was never about, hey, this is Cyrus Webb. No, it was about, let me do something that's going to impact the nation. And once people individually tap into that, it's like, hey, the sky is limitless.
Mm-hmm.
Limitless to where God can take you. Limitless.
Darius, I love that. And I want to say, I'm so glad you said what you just said, because one of the questions, and I've never even told you guys this, one of the questions I got on the Amazon side one time is, if it's your book, why do you have other people with you? And I said to myself, well, it's a book I wrote, but there's a message I think that other people can resonate with and may get something from that I didn't even plan on. So I was excited about being able to share that with other people. It wasn't about the spotlight just being on myself and my book. It was about being able to share how all of us can bring our own experiences, just as Darius just said, to something and really show other people. Because as Darius says, and I love that analogy, we all kind of season things differently anyway. All of us have our own personalities as individuals. So I was excited about bringing people together, and it has worked out well. And the numbers have shown that, could I have done Words I Choose to Live By with just me? Maybe. But would it have had the same impact? I do not believe so, because I believe that even though it's a book I wrote, it's a message that is bigger than me. So Darius, I appreciate you saying that. Mary Ellen, what about for you? I mean, how has this benefited you to know? And we talked about your own experiences too, but how has it benefited you to know that you were born to do great things?
Well, I don't think I believed that as a child growing up. Yeah, when I work with clients, and I talk about greatness, in the Bible it says, man was created in the image of God. Okay. And I ask them, is God great? And they'll say, of course, Mary Ellen, God is great. Okay, then if God is great and you were created in the image of God, then you have greatness within you also. And you have to be aware of that greatness and pull it out and allow your light to shine. One thing that's really good about the panel that we have here, Cyrus, with you, like you were saying, is not only about your book, it's about all of us bringing our viewpoints and our opinions to the table to inspire others to pull their greatness out, to shine them. And the one thing that will always hold people back, you can allow other people's words to hold you back, or you can just let them go, because usually other people are only talking about themselves.
Yeah.
You don't have to find that picture of what they say. The one thing that holds humans back is this ego mind up here. This belief system that always includes a doubt. Okay, your ego mind will go, well, who are you to think that you can do X, Y, Z? And you can allow that to stop you, or you can embrace it and tell yourself every morning when you get up, I am wonderful, I approve of myself, I am lovable, I am great, I can do this, I can do whatever God puts in my pathway. And it's just, when you embrace that greatness, when you embrace that knowing, that light inside yourself that connects you to God, that connects you to the universe's higher power, you can do anything. And you can shine your light of positivity on the world, doing what your talent is for the world.
Yeah. Such a great message. And I want to acknowledge Kathy Hosafel just joined us on the Facebook side. Kathy, glad you joined us over there. You may want to refresh, because I just sent a message out and it looks like they can't hear us over there. So maybe to refresh the app if you were trying to watch it on the Amazon side. And then also just make sure that unmute sometimes is hard too to be able to hit. So I appreciate you joining us though and finding us over here on the Facebook side, Kathy and Mary Ellen. I appreciate that. Melissa, what about for yourself? I mean, again, we all have had experiences in our lives where people will tell us what we can't do and who we are not. But how has it benefited you to know that you were meant for greatness?
This topic is so huge that I have to control myself, because I'll take up the rest of the show. But what I will say is that it starts in your thoughts. I can remember, and I've heard me talk a little bit about some experiences with domestic violence. When I was going through all of those years of domestic violence, I always heard was what I wasn't. But what I remember the most is when I heard, as long as I can control your mind, I can control you. That was coming from an abuser, but that is 100% true. So when you go through your thoughts, when you start, people can say or act a certain way toward you, but it's really all about you and what you think of yourself. So that thought, all these years later, that voice and those words ring loud and clear to me. So when I grew through, it's a growth process, and I grew through a whole lot over the last years. But what I do now, because it can even seep up now, and you start trying to please others, you start thinking that they're better than you, you start looking at what they're doing, and it's not happening for you, and then you start getting down on yourself. So what I have learned to do that has been tremendous for me is to focus on me and what I was purposed to do. See, I'm clear about my purpose. My purpose is to inspire, motivate, and encourage women to be the best that they can be, to push past all their limiting beliefs. I know that's what I'm here to do. So when those thoughts start coming my way, I've gotten really, really good at changing the channel, reading something that motivates me, that inspires me, that feed positive into my spirit, into my soul. And then I speak it out loud so that I can sow it. And that's the key. It's what you believe for yourself, acknowledging you heard that and move past that onto your greatness. Because see, as long as you believe that you're great, as long as you believe that God is carrying you to your greatness, it's what you believe and it's what you speak. That doesn't stop people from putting it out there, because they will. But what you have to do, and what I've learned, and I've gotten really good, even when things are not going well, even when I'm not feeling really great about the outcome of the things that I'm going, this is what keeps me going, is knowing that I have a purpose, and my purpose is to be great. There is no middle ground. I will be great. And I say that out loud, giving God the honor and the glory, and knowing that he's carrying me straight through my destiny, and anybody else's thoughts about me is not going to stop that.
Yeah, such a great message. It was a powerful one. I want to say, for those who are just tuning in, you are watching Words I Choose to Live By here on Amazon Live, but we also are broadcasting through Facebook, through LinkedIn. We also have our friends at YouTube and Twitter as well. Kathy says, I like that, no middle ground. And I think that is the big thing there, knowing that, as you all were noticing as our co-hosts were speaking, I was highlighting each one of their books here. We have the new book by Melissa Banks there, Dream by Design, the Devotional, the expanded edition. We're talking about message number 2, though, from this book, which is my book, Words I Choose to Live By. I'm going to highlight it again there in the carousel there. It's message number 2. It's all about walking in your own greatness. And hello to you, Tracy, if all is well with you. I appreciate you joining us over there on the Facebook side. So definitely, if you guys have not gotten any of our co-host books or my book, Words I Choose to Live By, you all can get it there on Amazon. Also, you notice on Amazon, we have 3 products that we are sharing with you guys today that are great for us as we're kicking off a new year. One of them, you've heard me talking about it many times, and you'll keep hearing me talk about it because I like it. And that's my computer, my Bite Cool computer, my laptop. And I'm so proud of myself. I've adjusted my camera so you can see me and not just see the laptop all the time. I think people thought I was doing that. Yeah. Thank you. Well, I think I was doing that on purpose, but I have looked. Hey, it is a shopping show. You can see my Bite Cool laptop here. It is perfect for streaming. And now you can see it. You don't see as much of it. You see more of me now. But it is perfect for streaming. I love it because it really is all plug and play. So I have my Ethernet cable plugged into it. All of my devices plugged right into it. It's really slim, great for travel as well. It's on sale right now for $279. That's $279. Also, you'll notice here on the side, I have my desk converter, which is great for you guys to use as a standing desk, and also to be able to have your items close so you can be able to easily get to them. It is on sale right now for only $49.90. Now, when I got mine, it was a lot more than that. It was about $30 more when I got mine. But now Sunflex has put this on sale. I'm excited to be working with them this quarter as their brand ambassador. You guys will be seeing me post more about that. But it's on sale right now for $49.90. I have the white one here in my home studio. I also have the black one that is in my other office. But it is really cool, easy to be adjusted regardless of whatever your height may be. I'm 5'7", so I have mine adjusted so it's easy for me. But even if you are taller, to be able to make it easy for you guys to be able to work, you can definitely be able to adjust it as you need it. But again, it is $49.90. And the last thing I want to share with you guys is something that helps me to stay organizer, and that is my planner. People talk to me about how chaotic my schedule is. I would be lost without this. I found out about this company back in 2019, and every year I've been using their planners. They have them on sale right now for $13.99. And what I love about it is not only are you able to get your month at a glance, but you also, as you guys can see, as we're looking at this week, you're able to have it in 30-minute increments, exactly what your schedule. You guys can see my schedule's crazy, so pray for me. But you can be able to put it in 30-minute increments. Yes. So you can easily be able to identify what it is you're supposed to be doing and when. I love this. Again, it's $13.99. A great deal, great way to stay organized. I love mine. Again, this is a 2022 weekly appointment. Kathy says, y'all have way too much fun. We really do, Kathy, and we've never all been together. We're going to work on that. We're going to do a special Amazon special. We're going to get Mary Ellen to come back to Mississippi. and we're going to do a live show. I'm so excited about this. She's laughing. I don't know if that's good or bad, but but, but I'm looking forward to that. So let's get back to the message here for today. Now that we've gotten those things out of the way, the other thing I want to bring out about this point, and Melissa, you touched on this, but I'm going to bring Mary Ellen back up first because this is what I wrote in this particular message. The enemy would want you to believe that you are nothing. You should know that you were created with greatness inside of you from the very beginning. If you appreciate your worth and the value you add to the world, you will never doubt your abilities again. So, Mary Ellen, I want to ask you, how does that feel to know? We talked about the other side of it, but how does it feel to know that you have something that the world needs?
It totally always amazes me when I get the positive comments that I do, and I always try to take them with a grain of salt, because of what my father always said to me. And this really goes along with the miracles of Mary Ellen I was doing this morning on Facebook Live and Instagram Live, and I was doing page 1 from Truth Lives. And the first truth in Truth Live is, are you asleep or awake? And you're going to say, well, of course we're awake, Mary Ellen. We're right here. We're out of bed. We're showered. We're everything. Well, that's not exactly what it means. Awake means to be aware of your greatness. Are you aware of your value? Are you aware of your worth? Or are you doubting yourself? Why are you being a doubting Thomas? When God is great, you are made in that image. And before you get out of bed every morning, you have 3 things you're grateful for. And I talk to clients a lot about loving themselves. If you can't love anyone else, you can't see yourself as anyone else is great until you see yourself as great. And they'll say, well, that's selfishness. No, that's not what I'm speaking about. I'm not talking about selfishness, taking something away from somebody else. I'm talking about loving yourself enough that you can add your light of positivity to the world. That you can wake up and I'm grateful, I'm awake, I'm grateful, I can see, I'm grateful here, I'm just wonderful, I approve of myself, I know I'm going to go forward today and add greatness to this world. And one reason I started doing the Miracle Mary Ellen out of Truth Lives, Cyrus, is because of something you told me that I always work too hard. And I did. I worked all week to get a topic to do on Monday. And I've written 3 books on the thing, so I thought, use your books. so for Mary Ellen, I'm using Lives, and you don't have to have a copy to join me on Miracles of Mary Ellen, but just grab that greatness inside of you and say it to yourself all the time. And when I'm down, I have a funny movie I have on my DVD I watch, or I will read something inspirational that I like to read. But pick yourself up and don't allow your ego, don't allow anyone else to hold you back. Go forward and shine your light of greatness. Know that you are valuable. Know that you are worthwhile. And you are a beautiful child of God.
Yeah, I love that. Edie says, sounds like an excellent idea to get you all together. Thank you, Edie. I appreciate that. I'm here with some party poopers around here. Looking forward to it. Tracy's trying to get blocked today. Tracy says, nobody goes to Mississippi. Tracy, I love you. So that's going to be your warning. We don't want any negative. I'm messing with you, Tracy. What you don't realize is that that's where the real is in Mississippi. What you're trying to say, you're not ready for the real. We give you the real here in Mississippi, Tracy. But Tracy, Mary Ellen has been to Mississippi. I have the pictures to prove it, that she may not come back. Because we worked through when she came here. We worked it when she came, but I think that I love what you said there, Mary Ellen. And again, it is about realizing all of us do have something. Melissa, what about for you? How does it feel to know that you have been given something special?
Wow. It still shocks me that God chose me to encourage and inspire anyone, that God told me that I was great enough and he wanted me to share it. That's the key. When I think about what we're talking about today, one of the things that jump out to me is knowing that you have greatness. See, so often we think we have to work for it. So often we think it's something we have to earn, but it's not. It's something you were born with. We all have greatness. We started out great, right? Greatness was placed in us when we showed up in the world. It's not something we have to earn. It's something God already gave us. It's your free gift. When you realize, you know what, the greatness is already in me. So when I realize that, and I'm able to give it out, and when people say to me that I said something that encouraged them, or they stop me and say, you know what, I heard you this morning, that just fills my soul and fills my spirit, and know that, you know what, I'm just sharing the greatness that's already in me. And if I can help someone see it's already there, it's up to you to bring it out. And when you bring it out, it's like giving birth. It's like when you realize, you know what, I have greatness in me. And then you can celebrate that greatness and you can share it with the world. And the more you share it, the more you feel it, the more you're encouraged. For me, it encourages me to feel like I have something that I can share and that someone can receive what I share. So it's like a new birth every single time that it happens. But I know that it's in me and it's in you too. You just have to accept that it's already in you.
Love that. Okay, Tracy's redeemed herself. I'm taking her off the warning list. She posted, love that, Mariella. Awake and be aware of my greatness. Love myself. This is so good. Yes, it is. Hello to you, Pauline. Good to see you there. And I love that, Melissa, because it is something, all of us, it is a gift. And I think that is the sad thing about the world we live in, that people not only try to diminish that gift, but also a lot of times we give that gift away by listening to other people instead of listening to the creator that gave it to us.
Absolutely.
And I think that is the sad thing about so many people. I see so many people who I know can do great things, but they've allowed someone to say something or to make them feel a certain way about that gift that they then have now tried to hide it. So Darius, I want to ask you, how does it feel, man, for you to hear from other people about how your gift is benefiting them?
Man, to piggyback on everybody else, I have to say that as a Black male, I'm already going to be a statistic. So if I'm going to be a statistic, why not be a positive statistic? Why not change? Why not break that chain of, or that mentality of all men or just do this, all men do this, all men do this. Yeah. No, all of us do not. You have some positive, strong, upstanding Black men who are willing to push and motivate and do what it takes to get, to do their purpose and carry it. And I see that as a great, I'm like, Lord, sometimes why me? But then I have to look at the flip side. If I don't do it, I'm just gonna always be miserable. And I always say, well, what if? What if I had done this? What if I did this? I'm at the point I can't live with the what ifs. I just have to do it this way. And if this way is not the way, I'm expecting the creator to lead and guide me to the right way.
Yeah. Love that. Such a great message and such a great reminder, I think, for all of that for us. So again, what I would say to our audience out there is to don't be afraid to walk in the greatness that's been given to you. Don't go into this new year allowing other people to keep you from doing the things you know you are meant to do. Now, it does not mean it's going to be easy. And all of us, myself included, we all have our challenges. But the important thing to realize is that whatever you've been given is worth fighting for. I think about the biblical account about Joseph a lot. All that his brothers did to him, all that happened to him about being forgotten in prison, at the end of the day, he was able to say to his brothers, what you meant for evil, God meant for good. And I think a lot of times because we face a situation, we think that means we're doing something wrong. And really, it may just be preparing us for something even bigger. So I would just say to our audience out there to realize that all of us have an opportunity to do something great. It's not just me, not just Darius, not just Mariella, not just Melissa. All of us can do great things, but it's up to us to make that decision to do it. Sunshine says, I'm done with the what if, so I ask God to order my steps. I love that. And that's the thing. That's what we all have to do. So Darius, we have you up there front. So what encouragement would you give to our audience as we're wrapping up today?
As we're wrapping up, man, look, going into the new year, you can't, like Sunshine just said, you have to be fed up with the what ifs and go ahead and live and walk in your purpose and not be afraid. It's time out for being scared of greatness, because it's in you. It's in you. Yes, it's a process. It takes a couple of rough patches and a couple of hills and a couple of mountains to get there, but eventually you will get there. And once you get there, you will thank God for everything that you went through. Yeah. Because then you'll see the bigger picture. You'll see, okay, well, this was worth the process. The pain was worth the process. The little punishment I had to endure, it was worth it. It was worth it. I see it now. I see clearly now. So I would encourage people, press the gas. Don't be scared of it. Press the gas, walk in your season, walk in your purpose, operate in it, trust God, and trust the process.
Exactly. Pauline says we all have our challenges. We all have opportunities. So true. And Ricky, thank you for joining us over there on the Facebook side. Ricky says, let's see if we lost it there. Ricky's message: greatness is within us, is what Ricky says. So we appreciate that, Ricky. And I think that's the big thing for all of us, is to realize, again, this is all something that all of us can be able to do. Is it pronounced Camilla? I apologize if I'm not saying it correctly. Camilla says, let's see if we can get it pulled up there. You can't worry about what others think because they don't have the vision. God gave it to you. That is so true. And that's the other thing too, is remember that this is something that's been given to you. And Tracy keeps redeeming herself. Tracy, you're in good graces again, Tracy. We appreciate you. Tracy said, let's see if we can get Tracy's message up there. Tracy says that people don't want to see you elevate without their help. So sometimes they diminish your accomplishments and make you feel less. That is so true. And that's why we just have to keep doing it anyway. Mary Ellen, what would you say to our audience today to encourage them to walk in their greatness?
Well, I want everybody to remember the time they were born. When you were born, you were a total bundle of love, white light, greatness, and all good and all loving. And then you're taught all these erroneous societal teachings. And that love, that pure unconditional love is still inside you. That greatness is still inside you. So embrace that greatness. Always come from love. And I mean unconditional love. No motives, no expectations, no judgments. Just going forth with unconditional love and drop fear. Anytime somebody comes at you with fear, with any kind of negative comment, if you say with love, you will break that fear. And they will drop it. When you come from love, when you come knowing that the greatness inside of you is you were made in the image of God, and that He's great, so you're great, and you go forward every day to build yourself up and do just a little something every day. What is your passion? What light do you want to bring to this world? And what can you do with the talents you have? I know a lot of people have tons more talents than I have myself, and I know you bring light and goodness and positivity to our world, and just inspire each and every day. Build your greatness by inspiring someone else.
Love that. And Melissa, what about you? What do you say to our audience about the importance of walking in their greatness?
I think you have to remember, for me, you have to remember that it's in your thoughts. You have to remember that God can believe way bigger for you than you can believe for yourself. So if you trust that God placed greatness in you, you know that you are not limited. I know that you hear stuff, it comes in, it seeps in there. Your job is to make sure that you focus on the greatness of God. You focus on the greatness that in you, and you believe that He will carry you through to your destiny. When you believe those things, when you pour that into your spirit, when you replace that stuff, it's kind of like watching a TV show, right? If you're watching a show that everything is coming up, it's negative, it's cursing, it's stuff that doesn't set well with you, you change the channel. Get really good with changing the channel in your life. When you start seeing things that don't feel good to you, when you start hearing those comments that say, well, you know what, she's not doing anything because she's not doing it like we're doing it. Or when you hear those comments, get really, really good and really tuned in to changing that channel that helps you focus on your greatness. Speak affirmations to yourself that lifts you up and inspires you. Pour into someone else that you can share that greatness that's inside of you. Nobody was given all this greatness to keep for themselves. It was to share with the world. And you do that. And when you do that, you will encourage yourself and it will motivate yourself. It will help you focus on what you were purposed here to do. And all that outside noise is not your problem. It's not your issue. Those things that they're saying that they want to stop you, it can only stop you if you allow it to stop you. So you offset that with positive. You offset that with focusing on your greatness and what you're purposed to do. And you don't let anything interfere with that. Keep your eye on what God has destined you to do and make steps every single day that you got to get out of bed to walk toward your dreams and what you're supposed to do in life.
All right. Really good message. I think you guys got about this and I like it. Message number 2 from my book, Words I Choose to Live By, encouraging you to walk in your greatness. If you guys do not have your own copy of the book, invite you guys to head over to Amazon to be able to get it for yourself. I love the fact, too, that as we talked about here, this is a message that can kind of relate to everybody. Everybody can be able to find something in this message to be able to speak to them. So definitely encourage you guys to get your own copy of the book there on Amazon. It's available in paperback as well as a Kindle edition. Make sure you guys get that. Darius, how can they stay connected with you and get your book?
Man, they can stay connected with me on social media. I'm on Facebook, Darius Ewing, Darius L. Ewing, Instagram, Mr. Ewing 1914, Twitter, D. Ewing 1914, and on Amazon, you type my name in, Darius.
Very good. Very good. Dennis, glad you could join us as well. Dennis says, love never fails. There's no fear in love. We need to master in achieving and walking it alone. That is so true. Not always easy, but it's true. I appreciate that, Darius. That is it. Sometimes you have to walk alone. I've gotten pretty good at that, actually. Mary Ellen, what about for you? I'm not alone with Mary Ellen, though. Mary Ellen, how can our audience stay connected with you?
It's real simple. I have a website, www.askmaryellen.com. And on there, you will find all my blogs. You'll find my Miracles with Mary Ellen. You'll find Mary Ellen's Miracle Moments. You'll find my events. You'll find tons of things that you can look at with quick links over to Amazon to all 3 of my books, Truth Lives. Oh, I got it. I have more hands. Truth Healing, or Healing Words. So pick a book, you'll love it. If you have Truth Lives, join me on next Monday for Miracles of Mary Ellen.
Yeah. David Huffsteller. Hey, David, good to see you. David says sometimes it feels like we walk alone, but God never leaves us. I like that. David, appreciate that. And last but certainly not least, Melissa, how can they stay connected with you?
Well, it's really easy to stay connected with me. Just simply go to themelissabanks.com. You can click the link and get your new Dream by Design devotional, the expanded edition. In this edition, we're inspiring, motivating, and pushing you to action. There's a quick link right there, take you right to Amazon to purchase your book. You can also listen to some of our interviews with some amazing women that talk about their journeys, their struggles and successes on Dream by Design with Melissa Banks. All of our information is right there, all in one place. Make it really easy for you. Just simply go to themelissabanks.com.
All right. Again, thanks to our great co-host for being with us for this week's episode of Words I Choose to Live By. And we thank all of your audience tuning in on Amazon Live, as well as through Facebook, through YouTube, through Twitter and LinkedIn. Appreciate you all being with us. We hope you all have an amazing week. Until next time, we'll talk to you soon. Take care.